Spread a little happiness, spread a little bit of happiness. It ain't hard to see.
You looking at me, Boy Scout? You wanna say something?
I know it's far too easy now to sing sad songs.
What?
To sing sad songs.
We're at the world of Coke right now.
Lying on the ground, never help no one. When you get knocked down, get back up.
How do you guys feel that we're going to Buc-ee's? Woo! How do you feel? We're going to
Volcano Bay is gonna be a great time.
Spread a little love. It only takes a little bit, but it'll be enough. Where the world is cool, turn your gray skies blue.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was so fun.
Spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness.
What's up, Vlog Nation?
Where the water's right, then there's no dry land. And your brother cries.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Before you came up or now?
That's kind of rude.
Why you got helping hand, yeah. Oh, you gotta look on the bright side. In the middle of the darkest night, well, we can make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness, spread a little love. It only takes a little bit. It'll be enough. When the world is cool, turn your gray skies blue. It's up to me and you. Spread a little happiness.
I personally love the trip. I'm kind of sunburned though. You can tell by my red shoulders.
Look on the bright side.
And I will see you later.
Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. Look on the bright side, never a better time. Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness.
I really had no idea how truly wonderful it was until we took a tour. It's the teachers, it's the administrators, it's all the people that they get to be around all day, every day.
The Christian component to our child's education has always been important to us, and we wanted to make sure that you went to a school that emphasized the Christian education part.
By teaching God's Word in a way that's relevant and applicable, they're able to see that Jesus is relevant today and can solve any problem or question.
We have a unique position here at BA that you will be challenged no matter what level you're on.
Every class I teach has a different chemistry in and of itself. And so I love that Brentwood Academy values the relationships that we are able to make.
BA is really intentional on making sure every student is poured into and that their experience is crafted to help them be the best version of themselves.
It's about who they are, who they're becoming, and what they are every day at school.
It's not only a faith-based education in a great community, but also the ability to pursue many different things. It was so beneficial for me to be able to develop into a more well-rounded person. I think without BA, I wouldn't be that person today.
Just the structure of our entire building is really supportive of community, which is so important.
I'm super excited that the next part of the Forward in Faith vision is building a chapel on campus. I think the most important part is it's all set apart for the most important mission of our school, which is to glorify God.
In that real world, it might be
scary, but they have a staff and faculty that doesn't forget about them when they walk out, and they have Lord Jesus Christ behind them, and hopefully they see themselves the way He does.
My hope is that they will have developed the mental muscles to be a logical thinker and a problem solver.
BA doesn't teach you what to think, but teaches you how to think, and that, you know, Christ-centered atmosphere is where you build a great foundation to tackle whatever life and circumstance comes at you.
Coming here is really challenging to your faith. You have to really be confident in yourself and what you believe in. And I think BA gave me those skills to look at what I believe and why and be confident in that choice.
At BA, we want to create the sort of student who's successful beyond BA. We don't want just students who fit into the typical liberal arts or just athletics. Well, we want the development of them broadly. They've learned the skills to be successful here in order to propel them beyond BA to be successful.
When you graduate from Brentwood Academy, you will be able to understand not only that God loves you, but has it planned for you to be able to use you to impact the people around you. And when you do, you're leaving BA a much better place.
We want her to have a good, solid foundation, and we know that she's going to get that here at BA. But it's a huge sacrifice, you know, that we're doing, but it's worth it. And you know what? I would do it again. I would do it all over again.
I really don't think that they would be the same had we been anywhere else. They are who they are today, hopefully because of us, but also because of Brentwood Academy.
great to have you here with us as we recognize a milestone in what God's doing here at Brentwood Academy. Just so grateful to be able to celebrate a vision that we're calling Forward in Faith, a recognition that God's got an eternal purpose for what's going on here.
This is a community where faith is not a concept but a way of life. As faculty and staff seek to show each person the love of Jesus, thank you to the donors who are investing in the future and partnering with BA in its mission. You are faithful stewards of your resources, and we are grateful for you.
The reason we don't have Christian in the name is because this place is only as Christian as we are when we come in the building. If we don't show up every day to proclaim the name of Jesus and lift him high, everything we do here is worthless. It's filthy rags. This building is going to be a declaration of who we are and what we're to be about. We want this chapel to serve as another classroom where we as ministerial employees can raise up more disciples for the work of the ministry.
Lord, we pray for a boldness as we continue to serve you here, that we'll continue to lift up the name of Christ, not only now in this generation, but for generations to come, for your glory. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Spread a little happiness, spread a little bit of happiness. It ain't hard to see.
You looking at me, Boy Scout? You wanna say something?
I know it's far too easy now to sing sad songs. What? To sing sad songs.
We're on the world of coke right now.
Lying on the ground never help no one. When you get knocked down,
Elise, try it.
get back up.
How do you guys feel that we're going to Buc-ee's? Woo! How do you feel? We're going to
Volcano Bay is gonna be a great time.
Spread a little love. It only takes a little bit. It'll be enough. Where the world is cruel, turn your gray skies blue.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was so fun.
Spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness.
What's up, Vlog Nation?
Where the water's right, then there's no dry land. And your brother cries.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Before you came up or now?
That's kind of rude. Why you got
helping hand, yeah. Oh, we gotta look on the bright side. In the middle of the darkest night, well, we can make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness, spread a little love. It only takes a little bit. It'll be enough. When the world is cruel, turn your gray skies blue. It's up to me and you. Spread a little happiness.
I personally love the trip. I'm kind of sunburned though, you can tell by my red shoulder.
Look on the bright side.
And I will see you later.
Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. Look on the bright side, never a better time. Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness.
1, 2, 3. Class of 2028.
I really had no idea how truly wonderful it was until we took a tour. It's the teachers, it's the administrators, it's all the people that they get to be around all day, every day.
The Christian component to our child's education has always been important to us, and we wanted to make sure that you went to a school that emphasized the Christian education part.
By teaching God's word in a way that's relevant and applicable, they're able to see that Jesus is relevant today and can solve any problem or question.
We have a unique position here at BA that you will be challenged no matter what level you're on.
Every class I teach has a different chemistry in and of itself. And so I love that Brentwood Academy values the relationships that we are able to make.
BA is really intentional and making sure every student is poured into and that their experience is crafted to help them be the best version of themselves.
It's about who they are, who they're becoming, and what they are every day at school.
It's not only a faith-based education in a great community, but also the ability to pursue many different things. It was so beneficial for me to be able to develop into a more well-rounded person. I think without BA, I wouldn't be that person today.
Just the structure of our entire building is really supportive of community, which is so important.
I'm super excited that the next part of the Forward in Faith vision is building a chapel on campus. I think the most important part is it's all set apart for the most important mission of our school, which is to glorify God.
In that real world, it might be scary, but they have a staff and faculty that doesn't forget about them when they walk out, and they have Lord Jesus Christ behind them, and hopefully they see themselves the way He does.
My hope is that they will have developed the mental muscles to be a logical thinker and a problem solver.
BA doesn't teach you what to think, but teaches you how to think, and that Christ-centered atmosphere is where you build a great foundation to tackle whatever life and circumstance comes at you.
Coming here is really challenging to your faith. You have to really be confident in yourself and what you believe in. And I think BA gave me those skills to look at what I believe and why and be confident in that choice.
At BA, we want to create the sort of student who's successful beyond BA. We don't want just students who fit into the typical liberal arts or just athletic.
Also moving midfield as one of the captains for Brentwood Academy, number 0, Colby Harmon.
Welcome to Memphis, Tennessee. Tonight, where the Brentwood Academy Eagles face off against the Christian Brother High School Purple Wave, the home of Graceland, Bill Street, and a big football game in Division II AAA, Chris. It was a great drive over here down on I-40. Got a little barbecue before the game, always good. So, hey, a big matchup. You got to talk to Coach Wade yesterday. Eagles coming off a big win last week, 16-6 over Brentwood High School. Christian Brothers had their game delayed, and then they just called it off last week, so they're only 1-0 on the year, so they haven't played in a couple weeks. What did Coach Wade tell us to expect offensively and defensively?
Well, I mean, Christian Brothers are going to be bigger at the line of scrimmage, which is not unusual this year, but feels like BA's got better team speed, which is going to help them immensely. Last year, they came over here to Brentwood, and BA was able to win 37-7 in a down year, but every year is different, and when you're 2-10 the year before, you can't take any game for granted. But a road game, East versus West. The BA is in the East this year, and so it's both AAA D2, but one team in the West, one in the East. So BA yet to face an Eastern team. That'll happen next week.
Brentwood Academy defensively did a great job holding Brentwood High last week out of the end zone. Defensively seemed to get a little bit better. Obviously, they were kind of making up as they lost Colby Harmon on the third play of the first scrimmage. Portis and Williams have done a great job locking down at the corners. So I think defensively this could be a challenge tonight.
Well, it could be, and their best players, that tailback that played outside linebacker last year and was a really good player for Christian Brothers. He's playing tailback this year. But Christian Brothers has a lot of guys They've got, Coach Wade said they've got a freshman, a JV, a varsity, and a dress varsity. So lots of bodies, 2 platoons, just like Brentwood High School last week.
Jeff Wilson down on the sidelines tonight. Jeff, you can see we can see the traffic across the field. So give us a little bit about what the field conditions are. I know the rain was coming in earlier today. Thankfully, it slowed down here about 45 minutes ago.
It did. We all nice little soaking during warm-ups. But, hey, guys, I talked to Coach Wade a little bit after that rainstorm and asked him what the keys were to the game this week. And he basically said rinse and repeat from last week. Establish the run. They haven't really gotten above 100 yards in rushing in the past 2 games. Clean out those penalties that drive a coach crazy. And then, like Chris said, I mean, they think they've got the upper hand on the speed department, so maybe test these D-backs deep with George. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Jeff. The Brentwood Academy set to receive the kickoff. Coach Wade thought he had a kind of an edge in the kicking game. He loves, obviously, Baccaro and Baronis and all that they can do. So, as I say that, they'll float that one deep in the end zone. Neo Clifton gets it. So McIntyre will lead them out 1st and 10 at the 20. Starting offensive line for the Eagles, J.D. Ahern is the center. At guard, Belleville and Phillips. Todd Hammond and Stefan Shivers are your tackles. Wilkes Eaton at tight end. Hayes Smithson will be the H-back and fullback. Wideouts, Kashawn Bowman, number 11. Neo Clifton, Eli Ferguson. We'll also see Luke Robinson in there as well. Larry Sanders, number 25, last week, kind of rested a injured ankle. Probably see Arquez Fontenot to start, but Sanders should be back, right?
Should be back 90 to 95%. Intentionally kept him out of the game last week. Could have gone, but trying to get him some rest to get him ready for the rest of the year.
McIntyre looks quickly, gets it out to Clifton across close to the 30. Should be close for a first down. They're going to mark him about a yard short. 2nd and 1. It's a great little first down play right there, isn't it?
Well, for a team that struggles to run the ball, that's basically a run there, and 9 yards is a good way to get it started. BA improved last week from 57 to 73 yards, but still not where they want to be. Got that average up from 2.3 to about 3.2, but a lot of work to be done up front, and even with the backs finding the creases.
McIntyre will be in shotgun on 2nd and 1. Fontenot in the pistol formation, lines up right behind him. They're going to fake it to him, get it back outside. Neo Clifton catches that one for a Jonathan's Grill first down up across the 35 to the 37-yard line. We mentioned Jonathan's Grill. We mentioned it a lot the last 2 games, Chris. Tonight we'll be joined, made the trip over. I'm afraid to ask him in which car he came over or which plane, but Mason Revelette, Brentwood Academy alum, will be joining us for an interview during the 2nd quarter. His family, obviously incredibly important to Brentwood Academy back when they were here in the 90s. He was a 6th grade point guard All-American.
Had great coaching, from what I understand.
He had great coaching, great basketball, has a ton of state championships thanks to, as he'll tell you, Brandon Wright. Great football player, so we'll be joined by Mason in the 2nd quarter. After the first down, 2 complete passes. The Eagles keep it on the ground, shove forward for a gain of 2. And I think the last couple of games, Chris, you've talked to Coach Wade about this, 60 yards rushing against CPA, 57 yards rushing against the Bruins.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, they improved from 57 against CPA to 73 against BHS, and that may have been what you just said. But, just teeny tiny steps, but not nearly where he wants them to be. And they're really going full contact all week this week, trying to get some of those things worked out, get the lineman stepping with the right foot every single time, and that's the goal.
McIntyre in shotgun, has time, looks, throws over the middle. Clifton comes down with it. McIntyre with great protection, zings it over the middle for another Jonathan's Grill first down for the Eagles to the Purple Wave 33.
Big play by the Eagles, and, against the zone defense, he's got plenty of time. Clifton finds a soft spot, and McIntyre delivers. But you got to look at the time he's got there. I don't think he had that much time last year. And he had more time last week against Brentwood.
Watch that replay. Shivers literally just shoved his guy to the ground.
Right.
He did that, and great job by McIntyre standing in, knew he was going to get hit, threw a great pass to Clifton.
I know he's got a little PTSD from last year, has to. So.
Yeah. That one's going up.
Boy, that's pretty.
Boy, that was easy. Touchdown, Eagles. Number 11, Keyshawn Bowman with a 33-yard touchdown reception. The first touchdown pass for McIntyre this year comes just under 3 minutes into the first quarter against Christian Brothers.
Is this where you say like taking candy from a baby?
Boy, that was like taking candy from a baby right there. So kind of took their time. McIntyre, you can tell right now he's feeling it. We could see him had some great throws against Brentwood High. He's got all the confidence in the world. When you give him time, good luck.
4 for 4 on that drive and a touchdown pass to boot. So great opening drive for the Eagles. And after that long drive to Memphis, it's nice to get on the board first.
Kalmus to hold, Baronis to kick. Kick is up, and it's good. In the first quarter, the first drive for the Eagles. Brentwood Academy 7, Christian Brothers nothing.
Dr. Fred Azar and Dr. D. Godfrey for their support of CDHS Athletics. Back to seat 6 for throws, number 0, Devon Slayton, and number 3, Ashton Duffy.
Baronis set to kick off for the Eagles. Play the guessing game at home. I'm going 7 yards deep for Baronis here.
I'm going 7.5. You got me.
Oh.
Nope, you don't.
Oh.
I
That's
might have hit like the bullseye right there.
Close right there. We'll have to, Jeff was down there in the end zone.
I love it when you guess first, though.
I know. We'll have to see what Jeff saw. We'll have to get him down there next time and kind of stand by it. So last week, Baronis put one through the uprights.
He did on the north end.
Eagles set for defense. You see number 9 right there, Roman Jennings, and number 30, Gavin Schaefer, have played great at linebacker. Number 53, Brody Belleville on the defensive line. Also number 66, Andrew Sapodi. Bo Donley here at outside linebacker has started off the season strong as well for the Eagles. Christian Brothers will put it in the air. Picks up where he left off last week. Number 20, Coleman Kalmus, is right there to make the tackle along with J.D. Ahern and Easton Joyner. Kalmus had 12 tackles last week, Chris.
You know, we sit here and we might not have the stats right in front of us all the time, but we know how many times you say somebody's name, and that stands out to us.
As I like to say with Coleman Kalmus, you know it's coming. Apple trees make apples.
I'm going to let you have it tonight since it's your line.
Yeah.
I stole it a couple of weeks ago.
I'm going to copyright that. 2nd and 5. Christian Brothers keeps it on the ground. Kalmus comes up from his safety position, makes the tackle. I was talking to his dad after the game last week, and I told Rocky, I was like, hey, Coleman played a heck of a game last week. Typical Butkus Award winner Oklahoma legend says, yeah, it's really good when the safety has 12 tackles. I'm like, Rocky, tell him he did a great job. So
we'll throw a blanket on it.
Very successful.
He's not wrong.
Family. He is not wrong. He's not wrong. Obviously, his brother Kaysen at Oklahoma. His mom was an All-American soccer player in college. Great job there by the Eagles. We talked about him earlier. Number 1, Bo Donley comes in from his position to make
and
the
the other
tackle.
number 1, Ethan Johnson, is the guy that Coach Wade did point out to me when we talked. He played outside linebacker last year, played really well. They moved him to tailback, which, of course, Coach Wade is an offensive guy, and he's thrilled that he's not going to be playing on defense because they do platoon. But he's the guy to watch for Christian Brothers tonight, number 1, Johnson.
Going to bring up 2nd and 9. The stands are way less crowded than they were for the Brentwood High CPA games earlier.
Yes.
We had room to just pull right up to the stadium, which was nice. Quarterback fakes to nobody. Takes off running. Easton Joyner comes up from his safety position to make the tackle. Quarterback is number 40. We almost feel like we're going old school triple option there.
Yeah.
So with number 40 at quarterback, Benjamin Buckhold, a junior.
Well, he faked it to nobody, so I knew the guy's a runner.
Just heard two former legends, Dustin Green and Phil Husband, are watching the game tonight.
Wow.
And how much, I mean, speaking of apple trees make apples, watching Davis and Philip Husband,
oh,
you know where they got it from,
ones.
those two right there. So third and short, has a lot of room. It's going to have plenty of room for a first down, and the Eagles really played off there as Christian Brothers was able to kind of step back and hit Javon Slayton for an easy first down.
A little too easy there. I mean, lots of cushion on third and short. Not sure why, although Slayton looks like he could be a little dangerous in the open field.
So Christian Brothers continues to move the sticks. Kind of a little cooler here in Memphis. Rain kind of cooled it down a little bit. We're going to keep it on the ground.
Wow,
Good
nice
night.
tackle.
Number
My
20,
goodness.
Coleman Kalmus, leads again. Ethan Johnson, the senior, who Coach Wade said is a big running back. And so did a great job right there.
Boy, that's pretty right there. What a nice form tackle, because Ethan Johnson about to break free and get through that first line of attack, and you got to love that. Love that form tackle.
Well, and we talk about I was talking to Luke Robinson's grandparents a couple weeks ago. We talk about guys who are program players and football players. Bo Donnelly, Coleman Kalmus, Luke Robinson, those guys, you can put them at the top of the
Schaefer.
list. Gavin Schaefer, exactly. Christian Brothers going to have it, keep it again, stopped immediately. Number 76, Todd Hammond.
Another guy that's playing well both ways.
Hammond and Gavin Schaefer. Gavin Schaefer, we're kind of looking at him right there, number 30. You and I always talk about guys, and we talked about two guys earlier, and Philip Husband and Davis Green, who are emotional, hard, just played hard every single down. Gavin Schaefer's kind of taken that role this year for this team.
Yeah, and there's got to be guys to look up to on every team, and some guys are more vocal than others, but a lot of them, the great leaders, really show it by their actions and how they practice and all that. Of course, Coach Wade, we've talked about it, he's a Monday through Thursday guy.
Gold throws that one. He had some room. Slayton was behind him. Just incomplete also.
4th and 8. Will the brothers punt, or will they go for it here, Scott?
I'd like
Right
to
near
call them the
midfield?
brothers over Purple Wave. One time we're going to call them Purple Rain tonight.
I don't know.
Play some Prince in the background.
That would be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. So
They're acting like they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. Nope.
the punt off. Eagles don't have anybody back. This one's going to hit and roll into the end zone. So Eagles will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line with 4:32 left to go in the first. Eagles lead Christian Brothers 7-0. Eagles come out 1st and 10, the 20-yard line. Smithson lines up directly behind McIntyre with Arquez Fontenot, and McIntyre loses the handle. You know, we said you better get right with Jesus because McIntyre was under center the first game.
Well, I looked up and it's the I formation. I thought, who's comfortable here?
You better rededicate your life.
Coach Wade was comfortable, but I'm not sure the players were. An I formation, it's been a minute.
Coach Flatt just got a smile on his face watching that.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to roll 61 trap out.
That's good. I love that. Hey, just trying to, I'm assuming just trying to get this run game going.
Yep. Eagles go under center again. Fake to Fontenot, looking, got the screen set up over here on the left side. It's got some blocking across the 30. 35 needs some more blocking. Does a great job, and Fontenot.
Keep going. I don't think they may
Still
have blown
running.
the whistle.
I think they blew him dead.
He did not go down there. I don't think his knee touched there. Rolled right over the player.
The passing game hitting on all cylinders right now. Great play call right there.
Just fantastic. 2nd and 10 under center there, and boy, Christian Brothers just stepped right into it. I mean, it was just well executed by the Eagles.
We should say this, the defensive coordinator for Christian Brothers is Ron Crawford, former head coach at Brentwood High School.
His butt did hit, sorry.
That's all right. You're speaking out loud. We can hear you.
It's okay. It's all good.
Gives going to be to number 10, Luke Robinson, off the left side. A great first down run across the 50 to the 49-yard line. I was saying earlier, Ron Crawford, former Brentwood High School head coach, is now the defensive coordinator at Christian Brothers.
Yep, and you know, it looks like with that many people dressed out, they have a lot of guys walking through the front door.
They do kind of get to pick and choose who's walking through the doors there, and got a lot of guys. I mean, Coach Wade said it. They got a ton of guys out in the program.
Oh my goodness! He said if they dressed everybody, their sideline would be full.
Eagles have it 2nd and 5. They're going to keep it on the ground. Nope. Fake to Robinson. Everybody's faked out. McIntyre has time to throws it away. Could be. Let's see what they're going to say. They throw a flag. Yeah, he was in the tackles and it didn't make it back to the original line of scrimmage. So McIntyre knows it. He's frustrated with himself.
This is when you have a wide receiver step out, you know, on the sideline and say, I was right here.
Yep, dive for it. So there it is. Yeah. He was still in between the tackles, didn't get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Right? Help me out here.
Absolutely. You're all over it, man.
Let's go down to Jeff real quick. Jeff, what do you got for us? Oh, I saw you signaling.
Yeah, guys, just, you know, stand down here on the sidelines. Not to say that the Eagles aren't hyped up, but there's almost sort of a quiet confidence among this group right now. And their last road win came at this very stadium last year. So quiet confidence, and they've kind of got a little swagger to them. So I like to see if this plays out through the rest of the game.
Thanks, Jeff. Kind of hard to find you down there in your red shorts. Everybody's asking for the red. They always, you know, we always find Jeff down there in his red shorts. It's his NIL deal, of course. So after the penalty, 3rd and long for the Eagles. Christian Brothers bring some pressure. McIntyre can be taken down, not a sack, gains about 2. Good pursuit by Christian Brothers there, and that penalty's really hurt him.
Yeah, really killed him. It's 3rd and 4, and Christian Brothers really just getting to him with 4. BA was successful on the first drive, just protecting the 4, but Christian Brothers finding some pressure this last drive.
John Rex Dockery, number 27, makes a tackle. A lot of people remember the Dockery name from Memphis back in the day, so family. Good snap. Baronis is going to take this one, kind of roll out. Booms one off his foot. It's about the 30. Rolls dead about the 28-yard line. That's where Christian Brothers will take over. Eagles still lead 7-0. Christian Brothers takes over 1st and 10, backed up at their own 28-yard line. Buckhold looks over for the call. 2 wideouts to the near side. Everybody looks at their wristband. Make sure they got the right call. Play clock under 10. Going to give it to Slayton.
Boy, had him
Fights
there.
over a couple of tackles. Kalmus reaches and able to bring him down.
Slayton's a scary runner. I mean, he's not going down on first contact. You've got to wrap him and take him to the ground. And you can tell if he finds some open field, it's going to be tough to catch. He's a good player, good athlete. Trying the hard count to get BA to jump. Boy, they nearly did last time especially.
Second and 1, an offensive coordinator's dream play call. They'll take it up the middle, and Gavin Schaefer right there. He is short. I mean, that's what we're talking about right there, just that energy that Schaefer brings. And it's it's natural. That's what he does, right? I mean, this is not made up at all.
But you want that from a linebacker,
Yes.
right? I mean, you want somebody excited to make a play, and I mean, you want it from all your defense. But you know, that linebacker spot can be a lot of fun if you're good.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Buckhold's going to get under center. Got to feel like a quarterback sneak maybe. Nope, they're going to give it to Slayton in the power eye, and he's going to reach forward up to the 40-yard line. Should be enough for a first down for Christian Brothers as they'll move the chains.
He's a tough runner.
Yeah. Strong kid.
He's a senior. We talk about it. It's a junior-senior league
It
pretty
is.
much.
It is.
You can do anything as a sophomore or freshman, which there really aren't any freshmen that I know of, but you're something special.
Play clock running down. Should be, yep, they're going to let it run down. So at the end of the first quarter, your score, Brentwood Academy 7, Christian Brothers 0. So we'll try to get a shot of the Brentwood Academy cheerleaders as they've done a great job heading down on I-40, made the trip with Coach Rebecca Holmes and Kristen Smithson, the assistant coach, class of 93. Cheerleaders this year, Carson Clift, Mary Caroline Holmes, Abigail Ward, Lila Harrell, Anna Claire Stringfellow, Haley Hepler, Mackie Clark, Riley Alexander, Channing Hendricks, Megan Wynn, Presley Garrett, Audrey Cornelius, Sadie Sykes, Kenty Richter, Georgia Spender, Mia Weber, and Kaylee Smith, and the fan favorite, the Eagle this year, Mary Duncan Lee, the Brentwood Academy cheerleaders. At the end of one, Brentwood Academy leads 7-0 over Christian Brothers. First and 10, Christian Brothers. First play of the second quarter. Efforting Mason Revelette, who we talked about earlier, to the booth. He's shaking hands down there in the stands. I don't know who he knows at Christian Brothers. Gain of a couple. It's going to bring up second down. See number 55, Jordan Phillips, in there for the Eagles. You put him, you rotate Belleville, Shivers, Hammond. They're really working that interior, making sure guys get rest when they need to. And it's been a really good case to gotta get Shivers in there, give him some rest. Belleville, Ahern, all of them, make sure they're rotating and coaches are keeping up when they need it. Second and 6, Buckhold's gonna run the old school option. Hello. Number 10, Luke Robinson, right there with the tackle. And Chris, that is pure football. We talked about it earlier with Kalmus. Not sure if we can get there it is. So you're just watching this play, watch Robinson read it. Nobody blocks him there. Obviously, he's the guy they're trying to option, and he read that perfectly.
Well, Schaefer coming up the middle, not able to get there in time, but he did read it perfectly. Very poorly executed by Christian Brothers, just to be brutally honest. But great job by the Eagles defense and put them in pretty severe situation here at 3rd and 12. Got to get off the field here on 3rd down. 3rd
and long. Eagles look to bring some pressure, and they do.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh, was that big
God.
Shivers?
I don't know if it was Shivers. Let's see. I think it was Todd Hammond. It was.
It was Hammond.
Yeah.
Hammond. My goodness.
Gosh. Todd Hammond with the pressure. You can watch him come right off the side.
Boy,
44 couldn't block him and hammered him.
He's playing at a high level, Scott. He's playing both ways, too.
Yep. So Eagles back to receive the punt. I'm sure they'll bring a little pressure. Luke Robinson back deep to receive the punt. Low snap. They come after it.
Got it.
It's blocked. It's picked up to the 20. Easton Joyner, 10-5. Touchdown, Eagles. Blocked punt, and Easton Joyner takes that in for a touchdown. Chris, great pressure. Low snap, kind of slow. Got after it, and an outstanding block.
Well, special teams coming through for the Eagles again. We always think about the kickers, and they're fantastic, but BA's been close on some blocks. Last week had a roughing the punter penalty where the player took a bad angle, would have had a block. This time, with a low snap and the slow delivery on the punt, he was able to smack it down. I can't wait to see who got the block because
it was hard to see right when they did it, so I know Anthony's efforting the replay here. Thomas Beccaro in to kick the extra point. Good snap, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good. With 10:20 left to go in the second quarter after the block punt, Brentwood Academy takes the lead 14-0.
It's always good to get points from your special teams. That's just an absolute bonus, a gift. Okay, the good eyes, man, is Scott Holmes.
I think it was Kalmus.
The Kalmus, 20?
And so
Joyner gets the score, but I do think 20 got it.
Yeah, I think it was Kalmus who got it. Joyner picks it up, and you and I, that first CPA game when the ball was on the block punt and it's behind, every coach in America tells you, pick it up.
Schaefer got that one. So there's 2 block punts in 3 games already, 2.5 games. So nice job by the special teams. And, again, we give the snappers, holders, and kickers a lot of credit, punters, but the whole special teams unit's done a great job outside of that opening kickoff at CPA.
Tommy Beccaro in the kick. We've now got Mason Revelette joining us in the booth. Mason's made the trip to Memphis. He has gotten here. Mason, I can't remember since you're so young. What year did you graduate Brentwood Academy? All right, hold on. We're trying to get you set. I'm not sure if I can hear you. No. So there it is.
All good?
Oh, there we go.
All right,
sorry. All right, so tell everybody what year you graduated from Brentwood Academy and your brother, Kurt, as well.
I'm sure everyone's dying to know. I graduated in 2005, and Kurt was 1999.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, first of all, thank you for all that Jonathan's does and your family does, not only for ESPN, but for Brentwood Academy and everything else. So we appreciate that. Kind of give everybody, and by now Chris has worked his way into an NIL pizza deal at Jonathan's, but kind of give everybody a little bit of the history of your family and what they've done with that restaurant, how y'all have grown, and you've grown even more on some things. Kind of give everybody a background.
Honestly, never thought that I would be in the restaurant business, but that this is where life has taken me. And Kurt and I took over, and we had 2 locations, the Cool Springs and Bellevue, and just kind of kicked it into high gear. And now we'll be working, opening our 13th location, 13th total restaurant in Jackson, which is kind of why I'm on this side of the state. Doing a little site visit during construction and figured I'd just pop on down to Memphis.
Well, perfect. So, it's been great. So, obviously, everything y'all have done. I know Brentwood Academy's used Jonathan's quite a bit. We've got something set up for the sponsors here in a few weeks as well. Talk a little bit about your experience here at Brentwood Academy. Obviously, a gifted all-state basketball player, football player. Your hair looked the same before the game and after game in a helmet, which is kind of a special gift. I think you and Matt McIntyre could pull that off.
Well, that's the benefit of not getting on the field. That's how that happens. Fumble.
Let's see.
I think the ground may have caused it, but it looks like the officials are letting them play on.
Yeah, they are letting them play. Hold on one second. We thought he was down, and so did Christian Brothers, but I think they let him play, and Brentwood Academy is going to get the fumble recovery. Well, so we were kind of watching. We may see the replay that nobody else will see.
I was going to say, there's no
let's
replay
watch this
in
for
high
a second
school
up
football.
here. So
I think his back hit the ground. That popped it up. Let's see. Well, he was on the player.
No, he's on the player. That's a right
Let's
call.
give the officials some credit. They got it right.
That is a great call. And now it was like whoever can pick it up. Great call by the officiating.
Fantastic play.
Yep. So Eagles take over after the turnover. So you were here in kind of a golden era. I mean, football, basketball especially.
Yeah, I mean, the basketball was the first time that the school ever won the state championship. So, we won 4 in a row. Most of that was due to some guys that were a little bit better than me, but held it down for the 5'9" white guy out there on the court. So that was fun. Loved it. Had some great teams with Coach George Pitts and the Mustache Mafia back in the day. But, it's really exciting to see these guys. I've seen some 4 or 5 really good hits so far this game, which has been, the old Coach Flat laying the hat.
That's right.
Which is fantastic to see.
That's right. There'll be a penalty holding on the Eagles. They'll back this up. Played football as well. I think, safety and receiver and punt returner?
Receiver, mainly punt returner, mainly standing on the side cheering on the bigger guys. Loved it.
Been there and done that.
Yeah.
But hey,
the struggle is real.
Oh, the struggle's real. But you've also had like a pretty exciting pre-Jonathan's career with basketball and all that, and worked with some notable coaches and notable programs. I mean, talk a little bit about that.
That was really kind of my my forte was the hardwood, and had some really very small school offers to play, but decided to go work for Coach Rick Pitino at Louisville, who's now in the Hall of Fame, and learned a lot from him, obviously, just in a professional manner and how to run an organization, which has been nice to apply to my own business and managing now over 1,200 people. And so, learned a lot from him. Then went to Indiana at IU and worked for Tom Crean for a year on staff, and then somehow ended up running the restaurants. And so, life happens.
Some more hours doing that, or John?
Well, the first
couple toss-up, right?
For the first couple your pick. It was a lot of late nights either way, but we're kind of humming along now. We've got a great team that makes me look a lot smarter than I really am, and so
we do have a great team.
We do, yeah. We're about to start construction in Lebanon, so we're continuing to expand, and then Smyrna, and working on maybe even Knoxville. So we've got some more Jonathans in the works.
Wilkes Eaton on the reception, his first reception of the year from McIntyre, 2nd and 9. Eagles throw it out to the right side. Number 25, Larry Sanders, makes an appearance.
Looks good there. Looks like he's bouncing around pretty good.
So I got the pleasure to coach Mason when he was in 6th grade basketball, and it was the biggest team we ever had, and he could fly and dribble, and he would take the ball down the court, and he would have to wait for the other guys to literally get there. Stephen Burris is listening, so I know that he is one of those guys.
It was a lot of linemen on the on the basketball team in 6th grade.
Yes.
So, when you have 26 kids and all boys in 6th grade, you kind of, you get what you get. So
That's right. That's right. I didn't get pick and choose. It was like
Steve Burst can shoot, though. I'll give him that. He always had a nice touch.
Pass to Larry Sanders on appropriate Jonathan's Grill. First down as Mason's in the booth with us tonight. So on cue, got that added up. Talk a little bit, Mason, about kind of some of the things you take away now that you're running a business. So relationships, friendships, any coaches that really affected you and just kind of that you keep up with still to this day.
A text check-in from David Peden. He was always a buddy of mine growing up and taught me my senior. He's been doing some really great things, moving from school to school, and keeps moving up. So happy to, always enjoyed him. Obviously my 6th grade basketball coach is the GOAT of Brentwood Academy. And
Bill Cotis thinks you're talking about him right now.
No, he knows better that he was the tag on. But
that's true. McIntyre throws that one out to Wilkes Eaton. So some of the things you took away there, I know you talked about Coach Pitts earlier, Coach Flatt. So you start to realize as you get older, some of the things you learned here, you've taken into business, right?
And it's one of those things that if they stop yelling at you, you should be worried. Not when they are yelling at you. That means they care about you. They know you can do better. So when they stop yelling at you, that means they probably moved on to the next guy. So that's when you should be worried.
That is true. I've got people asking me.
Lots of people yelling at Scott right now. So
well, they
well loved.
Yeah,
that's more out of hate. But,
yeah, they are yelling. I think people want the Netflix documentary of when you worked with Pitino, and so they want to hear that. Ooh, high snap. Robinson tries to fall on it, and does, taken down for a big loss for the Eagles. So yeah.
Back-to-back Elite Eights and Carolina to go to the Final Four, but we had some guys that we worked with at Louisville, and then Indiana turned around.
So after the loss, 3rd and long for the Eagles. We'll keep Mason here for another minute or so. Chris, what kind of play you draw up for 3rd and 18?
A pass.
Good call. Yeah.
I like when you ask me after the play has already started. I can look like a brilliant guy.
Pass incomplete to Keyshawn Bowman. So, Mason, to kind of wrap it up, first off, thank you for all you do for us. So, I mean, we're sitting here right now, and I think we've had 13 people text while you're on. So, just different things. And so,
off the mic.
no. And so, I think you started sponsoring ESPN, probably one of the first ones.
Sponsor it. Over the years, and hasn't lost their mission, and so just really proud to support Brentwood Academy moving forward.
Well, we appreciate all you do.
We do, yes,
so
sir.
You've been great, and we'll keep supporting you in everything you do. Yep, thanks, buddy. Mason Revelette, former 2-time All-State basketball and football player for the Eagles. His older brother, Kurt. I think Kurt was an All-State wrestler and played some. He was actually a swimmer on one of the club teams. Kurt was. He didn't do that here at Brentwood Academy. Baronis is set to punt that one off. Gets off another great punt. It's going to hit. He's taken down at the 32-yard line. I'm going to go down to Jeff Wilson real quick as Mason Murphy and Hayes Smithson make the tackle. Jeff, any stats from the first quarter that kind of jump out at you?
Yeah, hot off the press. Christian Brothers had a total of 3 first downs, 8 rushes for 26 yards, 15 passing yards. For the Eagles, on the other hand, they got 4 first downs. Rushing yards were only 9 yards on 4 attempts. The big plays, obviously, everybody saw. 106 yards passing, 5 for 5, with the deepest one being 33 yards. So staying true to form in that first quarter. Again, I think Coach would love to see a little bit more yardage in the running game, but that's where we are at the end of the first quarter. Back up, guys.
Brentwood Academy's defense doing a great job, Chris. You see right there, Arquez Fontenot comes up for the tackle. Brentwood Academy's offense got it pretty easy down the field. The first series has struggled a little bit, but the block punt touchdown has given them a 14-point lead.
Well, and a fake reverse there, and BA's defense was ready. They really had the number one that we've been talking about. See, his name escaped me, Ethan Johnson. And they had him covered, and then they faked it, and obviously got a tackle for a 1-yard loss after the fake. So BA's defense playing well so far.
Throw it out. Bo Donley's the first guy there. Belleville also in on the tackle. Brentwood Academy's defense just continues to hold this team. Bo Donley, I mean, we keep saying Donley, Robinson, Calmus, Belleville. I mean, just the same names over and over. This defense is playing great.
Same names. And the other thing that's standing out to me so far is, we knew that we were going to have a speed and quickness advantage, and that's really been the difference to me. Obviously, a special teams touchdown and a block punt, but they might be a little bit bigger up front, but BA team speed is definitely better than Christian Brothers.
3rd and 11. Buckhold rolls right. Gets it out to the right side, and a lot of room right here. Brentwood Academy pushes them out of bounds, and Easton Joyner loses his mind and knew it. Gives him an extra little love touch, didn't he?
He's either really strong or that was a pretty good acting job.
Either way, they're going to tack on 15. And it's hard to tell. Brentwood Academy's giving a lot kind of in front, right?
That was a little bit of a surprise. It looked like it could have been a bust potentially because, I don't think they're going to get that much room.
So they'll move it down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Christian Brothers on the move. Buckholt fakes it, keeps it. Shivers falls on him. Good tackle by Shivers. That would
absolutely
hurt. That would be so painful, by the way. It hurt me just to watch that.
Nice job plugging that hole.
Christian Brothers continues to run it. Going old school, coming over for the call, even though they got the wristbands on. Like the old school Tecmo Bowl. Christian Brothers is huge up front, Chris. I mean, their offensive line just is enormous. Quick throw out to the side. Bo Donley tries to get there. Luke Robinson brings him down along with number 45, Troy Portis. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Slayton's still a guy that has to concern you a little bit. 0. He's the one that had the big first down catch on 3rd down, and he just looks pretty quick. And if he can find some open field, he could make somebody miss. But they've really got 2 playmakers over there, it looks like, and that's Slayton and Ethan Johnson, 0 and 1. If you keep those guys in check, I think you're going to be all right on defense.
Right at 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And Christian Brothers will have to take a timeout. We'll stay here for a second, getting a lot of texts of people watching. It's hard to go through the list, but I will say this specifically. A lot of guys from the class of 2024 get to open up their college football season either last week or tomorrow. A lot of things going on. Hank Weber at the University of Wisconsin, Andrew Peterson at Princeton, Graham Gilmer at Missouri, Luke Robb at Georgia, A.J. Barbat at West Point, Ty Brinkman at Middlebury, and Brax Belleville at Samford. Also heard former speedster Graham Smithson is tuning in tonight from Greenville. Had a big tackle at Ole Miss last week. So Wheaton College, I know that Philip Husband, Deuce Scott is up there now. So a bunch of guys. I mean, you and I are sitting here looking at the list of all the football guys that are playing. You look from different guys like Griffin Kropp is also at Wheaton, to Caleb Lyons at Morehead State, Eli Sutton at North Carolina, James Stewart at MTSU, Amir Noor, Devin Curtis. I mean, you almost sit here and look at the list of guys that we have playing just in the last 3 or 4 years, and you go, my goodness.
Well, that's a good push by the offensive line of Christian Brothers right there.
Easton Joyner with the tackle. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Purple Wave inside the 25 at the Eagles' 24-yard line.
A couple of quick shout-outs. People I know, the Ways down at Smith Lake in Alabama watching, and also Easton Klein's uncle watching from White House. Bruce Klein watching the Eagles tonight.
The White House or White House, Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Christian Brothers.
First penalty? Is this their first penalty? I think it is.
I'll
Do you
move that.
remember another one?
Don't remember another one. I'll move that one back 5 yards.
So Christian Brothers has had a turnover and a block punt. No penalties until that one. So pretty clean game. I guess it's not that clean if you have a block punt and a turnover, but from a penalty standpoint, pretty clean.
Be 1st and 15, minute 40 left to go in the opening half. Eagles lead 14-0. Crowd starting to fill in here on the home side. Christian Brothers going to have to take a timeout. We're going to take it with them with 1:29 left to go in the first half. Okay, I know I told y'all there's about 82 people on this list. I do want to give a shout out. I saw Landon Wells in the 2D at Vanderbilt. Big win for the Commodores last week. Also Jake Weber at Wheaton. I keep forgetting all those guys at Wheaton.
Well, there's a lot of guys.
Yep, so I don't want to leave them out now. If I go through the whole list. Boy, look at this.
Here's some pressure.
Look at
oh
this.
My goodness.
Holy cow.
Hammond.
Todd Hammond
Good
backs it all
night.
the way up to the 45. Todd Hammond's moving really well
I tell
tonight.
you, he looks fantastic, and I couldn't be happier for him. We called his name last year. He was a big player last year, but tonight he looks like, I don't know, Bruce Smith or
That's an old school reference.
No, yeah. Nobody listening probably knows who that is, but
wow,
he's flying around out there.
Great play by the Eagles, push it all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Maybe I should have said Derek Barnett.
It's 2nd and Cordova. Yeah, Derek Barnett's a little more.
That's a better one.
Yep. Saw Fontenot right there. Jordan Phillips and Hammond was there to take him down. Yeah, this Brentwood Academy defense, you see, obviously it's not as hot as it was at Brentwood or at CPA. CPA it was nice.
It wasn't bad. I mean,
yeah.
Let's say last year at Brentwood High School. How about that one?
Oh, goodness gracious almighty. Yeah, that was hot.
In our little oven,
we had a little bitty box. We had a box with no electricity, no light.
Or anything.
We sound like two old men in a Progressive commercial right now complaining about that. So.
Hamstring was cramping like nobody's business.
So after the timeout, I said 2nd Cordova. It could be 2nd in Germantown.
Directionally challenged.
I know. All the way back at the 44-yard line, just over a minute left to go in the half. Rolling right, throws it short. Great job by the Brentwood Academy defense. There he is.
Mr.
Again,
Football.
number Luke Robinson, number 10.
Mr. Football player. The only touchdown last week behind a nice job by the right side of the offensive line. Other than that, it was a battle of field goals.
Yeah, it really was.
Of course, McIntyre with a long TD pass called back for an illegal shift. Could have changed that a little bit, but it didn't.
So 3rd and long for Christian Brothers. They're going to have to get it downfield somehow. That's not the way to do it. Pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and long. Now you're in one of those things right now. You're like, good night. We got to watch what we do here, because if we give the ball to McIntyre and crew at the 38 with 3 timeouts, they're going to have plenty of time to do what they need to do.
Well, and you're still remembering that block punt. I think the quarterback's going to kick it here and try to pin it back. Yep.
This one's going to hit.
Might
roll.
work.
Look at that.
Yep. Well done.
At the 1 yard line.
Well,
oh, they're going to say he carried it into the end zone.
Well, it's so hard. Friday night rules, Saturday rules,
know.
Sunday rules, and it's hard to keep up with all the different ones, but nice effort.
So just under a minute to go, 3 timeouts. McIntyre will lead the team. I mean,
20-yard line.
I mean,
just under a minute.
I think, Coach Wade's going to, yeah, he feels good about his defense. Why not see what we can do here offensively? If he takes a knee, then I'll be quiet the whole 3rd quarter, and y'all will rejoice.
I'm just learning Coach Wade a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, this is game number 3, but
yeah.
I can say if it was Cody White, I can promise you he'd be going to the air immediately.
I think Coach Wade is going to let it fly, as he's got Mason Murphy Robinson to the right side with Keyshawn Bowman, Eli Ferguson. This has no meanings of taking a knee or throwing it or running it up the middle.
Nice, safe little pass to see if you can get something, but not looking like he's getting ready to sell out on. But they're going quick.
Neo Clifton on the reception. McIntyre lines them back up. They'll keep the 3 wideouts to the far side. Bowman to the left side. McIntyre has time. Looks, throws that one out to Bowman. Complete. Runs backwards, now runs forwards. Runs out of bounds for a Jonathan's Grill first down. Up across the 30. About the 32-yard line.
Jeff and I always get hungry during these broadcasts.
We really do.
If we're playing well.
We got it. We'll call Mason back up here and see if we can do a little Uber Eats delivery, maybe one game, maybe homecoming.
Yeah.
So
by the second half, if we're playing well, Jeff and I are like, man, Cajun pepperoni, let's go.
Now I'm going to get sentimental. This is a good example of a guy, though, that makes it through. His family, we're still connected. I'm an old man. His family's still connected. He's going to have nephews over here soon. So as we talk about, there's a lot of people from the 70s, 80s, and 90s still connected at Brentwood Academy. As McIntyre rolls, looks, buys time, doing a great job. He's going to run this one.
Smart.
Enough for a first down and more. Look at that stride. Get you some of that.
Like a young Trevor Lawrence.
That boy can run like a young Trevor Lawrence. Well, and we're laughing, and I always he and his dad and I, Matt, were with each other last week, and George was a football player first, or a basketball player first, and he runs. This is going to sound silly, kind of a Charlie Wardish. He was a basketball player. Basketball guys look 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, they do.
They're not like quarterbacks a lot of time look 10 yards downfield in high school. You can see him kind of running. He can see the whole field. So McIntyre with a great run there, trying to catch his breath after another Jonathan's Grill first down.
That's always been one of his best attributes, really, is his pocket presence and looking downfield. But, BA, they can get a field goal. I mean, they've got a kicker with a big leg. Well, he's going to have to throw that one away. But they may not have any time here. But, shoot, they may try a long one. I don't know.
So the ball's at the 42. I think they're going to go field goal.
I mean, this would be a 59.
59. I mean, he's got the leg.
Yep.
So
he could do it.
Coach Wade said, let's do it. Good job by McIntyre getting that one into Christian Brothers territory at the 42-yard line. So it's been a while, but Tommy Baccaro is going to line up for a 59-yard field goal. You got 2 guys that can literally
Two guys that'll play at the next level.
Yes, yeah.
Unless they just flat out don't want to.
Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is
wow.
Good!
Oh, my goodness.
From 59 yards out, Tommy Baccaro puts it through.
Hammered it.
And the Eagles are going to go in at halftime up 17. Look at who the first guy is congratulating him.
Oh, my goodness.
London Baronis.
That is insane.
You better get that and put it on Twitter and TikTok and everything else. Tommy Vaccaro hammers it from 59, and the Eagles are going to go into half with a 17-0 lead.
That's fantastic. I mean, what a high note. I mean, you're going in with all the momentum, and 31, celebrate Mr. Vaccaro, because that was special right there.
Watch this replay real quick, and we'll go to half. Great snap, great hold, 2 steps, bang.
Nice job by the holder, spin the laces to the front. Everything was right.
Wow. Got the young guy in the back telling him it's good, and it's good. So what a way to end a dominant first half for the Eagles. At halftime, it's Brentwood Academy 17, Christian Brothers nothing.
We have time for concessions.
It's great to have you here with us as we recognize a milestone in what God's doing here at Brentwood Academy. Just so grateful to be able to celebrate a vision that we're calling Forward in Faith, a recognition that God's got an eternal purpose for what's going on here.
This is a community where faith is not a concept but a way of life. As faculty and staff seek to show each person the love of Jesus, thank you to the donors who are investing in the future and partnering with BA in its mission. You are faithful stewards of your resources, and we are grateful for you.
The reason we don't have Christian in the name is because this place is only as Christian as we are when we come in the building. If we don't show up every day to proclaim the name of Jesus and lift him high, everything we do here is worthless. It's filthy rags. This building is going to be a declaration of who we are and what we're to be about. We want this chapel to serve as another classroom where we as ministerial employees can raise up more disciples for the work of the ministry.
Lord, we pray for a boldness as we continue to serve you here, that we'll continue to lift up the name of Christ, not only now in this generation, but for generations to come, for your glory. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Spread a little happiness, spread a little bit of happiness. It ain't hard to see.
You looking at me, Boy Scout? You want to say something?
I know it's far too easy now to sing sad songs. What? To sing sad songs.
We're at the World of Coke right now.
Lying on the ground never help no one. When you get knocked down, get back up.
How do you guys feel that we're going to Buc-ee's? Woo! How do you feel? We're going to
Volcano Bay is gonna be a great time.
It only takes a little bit, but it'll be enough. Where the world is cruel, turn your gray skies blue.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was so fun.
Spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness.
What's up, Vlog Nation?
Where the water's right, then there's no dry land. Your brother cries.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
Before you came up or now?
That's kind of rude.
Why you not helping hand? Yeah. Oh, we gotta look on the bright side. In the middle of the darkest night, well, we can make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness, spread a little love. It only takes a little bit. It'll be enough. When the world is cruel, turn your gray skies blue. It's up to me and you. Spread a little happiness.
I personally love the trip. I'm kind of sunburned though. You can tell by my red shoulders.
Look on the bright side,
and I will see you later.
Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. Look on the bright side, never a better time. Look on the bright side to make the sun shine. When we spread a little happiness. 1, 2, 3, class of 2028.
I really had no idea how truly wonderful it was until we took a tour. It's the teachers, it's the administrators, it's all the people that they get to be around all day, every day.
The Christian component to our child's education has always been important to us, and we wanted to make sure that you went to a school that emphasized the Christian education part.
By teaching God's Word in a way that's relevant and applicable, they're able to see that Jesus is relevant today and can solve any problem or question.
We have a unique position here at BA that you will be challenged no matter what level you're on.
Every class I teach has a different chemistry in and of itself. And so I love that Brentwood Academy values the relationships that we are able to make.
BA is really intentional and making sure every student is poured into and that their experience is crafted to help them be the best version of themselves.
It's about who they are, who they're becoming, and what they are every day at school.
It's not only a faith-based education in a great community, but also the ability to pursue many different things. It was so beneficial for me to be able to develop into a more well-rounded person. I think without BA, I wouldn't be that person today.
Just the structure of our entire building is really supportive of community, which is so important.
I'm super excited that the next part of the Forward in Faith vision is building a chapel on campus. I think the most important part is it's all set apart for the most important mission of our school, which is to glorify God.
In that real world, it might be scary, but they have a staff and faculty that doesn't forget about them when they walk out, and they have Lord Jesus Christ behind them, and hopefully they see themselves the way He does.
My hope is that they will have developed the mental muscles to be a logical thinker and a problem solver.
BA doesn't teach you what to think, but teaches you how to think, and that Christ-centered atmosphere is where you build a great foundation to tackle whatever life and circumstance comes at you.
Coming here is really challenging to your faith. You have to really be confident in yourself and what you believe in. And I think BA gave me those skills to look at what I believe and why and be confident in that choice.
At BA, we want to create the sort of student who's successful beyond BA. We don't want just students who fit into the typical liberal arts or just athletics. Well, we want the development of them broadly. They've learned the skills to be successful here in order to propel them beyond BA to be successful.
When you graduate from Brentwood Academy, you will be able to understand not only that God loves you, but has it planned for you to be able to use you to impact the people around you. And when you do, you're leaving BA a much better place.
We want her to have a good, solid foundation, and we know that she's going to get that here at BA. But it's a huge sacrifice, that we're doing, but it's worth it. And you know what? I would do it again. I would do it all over again.
I really don't think that they would be the same had we been anywhere else. They are who they are today, hopefully because of us, but also because of Brentwood Academy.
Hey, come on. Owen. Owen, come on. Owen, come on.
Welcome back from halftime. Christian Brothers Brentwood Academy. Eagles lead 17-0 against Christian Brothers. Going down to Jeff Wilson with the first half stats.
Yeah, hey guys, coming to you with the Morgan Stanley Nashville Legacy Wealth Management Group halftime report. Brian Smith and his team over there, we're really thankful for what they do for us. Yeah, so first, guys, I got to talk to Coach Wade as he was heading off the field and said, hey, man, I said, how about a 59-yarder? He looked at me like I had three heads, and he said, I've never had kickers like this. So obviously he was really excited. Stats so far for the first half, guys. The Eagles have 7 first downs, 6 rushing attempts for 18 total yards, 11 of 13 passing for 150 yards. Time of possession, 10 minutes and 15 seconds. 2 punts for 39 yards average, and that's really all the necessary information, other than a great block punt by Coleman Kalmus that really set up a TD. And I think talking to Coach again, one of the best things for your offense is for your defense and your special teams to make plays, and he was really proud of that in the first half. Guys, back up to y'all in the booth.
Thank you, Jeffrey. So first half, Brentwood Academy seemed to dominate on both sides, but the kicking game was very impressive with the block punt for the touchdown for the Eagles. Then Tommy Vaquero ends with a 59-yard field goal before the half. My phone blew up saying, it's got to be a record. It's got to be a school record. Ironically, the school record was October 28, 2001, Brentwood Academy versus McCauley. Cody Bliss hit a 61-yard field goal, but my partner here and some other people that are listening online are going to know this next name that had a TSSA longest field goal in the history of the TSSA. Jeff Hall has number 1A and 1B.
Wow.
He's got 2 62-yard field goals. The first one, you're going to love this, versus Franklin County versus Brentwood Academy, October 16th, 1992.
Wow.
A 62-yard field goal. About 10 months before that, he hit one against Oak Ridge for 62 yards in 91. So Jeff Hall owns the record with 2 62-yard field goals. Cody Bliss had a 61-yard field goal. Now Tommy Vaquero has tied Courtney Levitt out of Germantown with a 59-yard field goal. Pretty impressive.
That's tall cotton right there.
I mean, unbelievable. So the catch is, the best part about that was you saw London Baronis, and they split time as, I mean, he could have done the same thing, right? I mean, it was almost like Vaquero's opportunity.
Well, it was just, you're right. I mean, both guys are capable of that, and we've seen Baronis punch it through from a big distance, and you know, it was like this time they said, hey, let's try Tommy. I don't know what happened over there on the sideline, but Vaquero comes through and hammers it, and you know, both guys are capable, but it was Tommy's time to try, and he nailed it. So good for him.
Chris, offensively, Brentwood Academy seemed to do what they needed to do. McIntyre really looked like he was rolling, had some great blocking up front, doing a great job in the passing game. The running game struggling still a little bit, but the passing game was on point.
Passing game on point. I mean, George, another big half. And, you know, again, the rushing, nobody knows exactly what the answer is on that. I know Coach Wade's searching desperately to try to get that thing going, but McIntyre 11 of 13 for 150 and a touchdown. Of course, I know Jeff just went over the stats, but that's not bad.
A lot going on. Caught our breath up here. We're able to run down and get some barbecue at halftime. So just nothing better than that. Glad that Mason Revelette was able to join us. So I know he's headed back, he said, to the restaurant in Jackson. So go visit any of the Jonathans or Rutledge. Tell him you know Mason for a 1% discount off your bill.
If you had plus 12 out of the end zone, you might have gotten that one right.
So Baronis and Vaquero, that's like a.
They're like, hey, whatever you do, I can do better.
Anything
right?
you can do, I can do better.
That's it.
You want to sing it?
No.
So.
Maybe we'll get Jeff to sing it.
Musical's coming up, so I figured you could do that. So the Brentwood Academy's defense trying to hold. Obviously, Wilkes Eaton has checked in now at safety. Kalmus had a slight injury on the block punt. You see Shivers, Phillips, Saputi up there on the defensive line. Christian Brothers has to go to the air.
Goodness.
And Roman Jennings says, no, sir. Roman's one of those guys. We always talk about a young guy who's going to be a shock or a surprise. Not a surprise to us, but a sophomore who's really making a name for himself.
One of those guys where you like his motor. Well, you love to see the Eagles come out on play number 1, ready to play right out of the gate. First you get a kickoff that lands on the track nearly, and then you got number 9 making that play. So that's how you want to come out of the locker room.
Christian Brothers keeps it on the ground. No room in the end right there. Shivers, Todd Hammond, Jennings. Jennings is like, okay, Kalmus had his name called so many times in the first half, and Robertson and Donnelly. I think I'm going to take over. I will say this, I feel bad. He was number 46 on the roster in the first game. Number 9's making plays everywhere. Of course, nobody gave us a roster that said he had changed numbers. Recovers a block punt, and we find out at church the next day that Roman Jennings is number 9.
I tell you what, he's a big kid, Scott, and he's playing well and at a high level. Those two linebackers there.
The Jennings family with a long lineage of athletes in that family. 3rd and long for Christian Brothers. We're going to stick with the quarterback, and that, my goodness. Breathe, help him up. Shivers lands on top of Buckholt. Buckholt is like going to tell Coach McDaniel, please quit calling that play, because it is not working.
Surely we got something else in that playbook of yours, right?
Bless his heart. I mean, Shivers kind of waiting. 2 guys are blocking him, and Shivers says, oof. You can almost hear the air come out right there.
Big 77.
Whew. So Brentwood Academy's defense continues to hold. Eagles beat Christian Brothers 37-7 last year. Low snap.
Great prep, Scott.
Thank you, Chris. That's what we get paid for, right? Robinson's going to take this one inside the 50. Looks for a little running room. Gets up to 1st and 10, the 43-yard line of Christian Brothers. Getting text from all over the nation. People watching. A lot of people.
The globe, right?
Yep. Go down to Jeff real quick.
Guys, I hear you talking about the sophomore Roman Jennings. Eaton are decathletes, and both of them compete in double this day delay decathlon. So
Eaton with a couple of catches in the first half. Boy, bad snap. Nice job by Sanders. Man, he caught the deflection on that one. And second snap that's been a little awry, let's say. And Sanders very ready to grab the deflection and get a couple of yards.
Yeah, good to see Larry Sanders out there as Mason Murphy checks out of the game. Sanders had that injury. He was probably 75% during the CPA game, right?
That's what I was told, and then could have been 80% or so last week. Could have played, but they intentionally kept him out, hoping to get him ready for this week. And he's about 90 to 95%. There's the I formation again, Scott. We'll let you take it from here.
Yep, McIntyre takes a look, gets the call. Under center is going to give that one to Sanders off the left side. Nothing to do there.
That didn't look like Nebraska's I formation in the 90s, but
Andrew Hill, looks like Sanders still's got a little lip to him. Andrew Hill's checked in on the offensive line for the Eagles.
I would expect if he starts feeling it at all, they'll get Fontenot back in there pretty quick, and Robinson.
Oh, the obligatory sideline warning penalty against the Eagles.
Oh, wow.
I guess there's not a warning anymore, right?
Well,
so
I missed the warning if there was. Maybe they said they warned them a week or two ago. You know, I don't know.
So they warned him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so now
yeah.
the second
so the rest
time,
of the year, it's always a penalty. I don't know. I'm kidding.
You wonder if I don't know. They were the last to know. But either way,
it's a penalty.
Back it up 5 yards. The Eagles still could hit a field goal from 65 if they have to from here.
Still almost in field goal range.
They're still almost
really
in field goal
close.
range. McIntyre in shotgun to bring up 3rd and 15.
A lot of high schools have that advantage, right, Scott?
True. Two wideouts.
Two kickers.
Two wideouts to either side for McIntyre. Has time. Looks. Those it across the middle. What a catch. Number 3, Neo Clifton is having a game. The MTSU commit playing great.
Well, that's always tough going across the middle and laying out for a ball knowing you might get squashed. But Clifton with the nerves and able to haul it in like a good athlete.
Well, you said, and McIntyre, great job kind of taking his time, looks off the receiver, knew Clifton would be there and threw it the exact place he had to for a Jonathan's Grill. First down as they move the chains.
Just like that, man. Let's move the chains.
Just under 8 minutes left to go in the third. High snap for some quarterbacks, not for this one. Eagles push and shove. Number 51, J.D. Ahern, able to help push Fontenot for a few extra yards. Let's give Phillips and Hammond and Ahern and Belleville and Shivers and Andrew Hill, all these guys credit up front.
A lot of those guys are going against bigger players on the other side too. And you know, Paul Wade, known for his offensive line development, so he's a perfectionist and he wants to get this thing right. We're stepping on the right foot every time, and when we do those kind of things are going to work out well for us.
Fontenot takes it, evading a few tacklers, able to fight forward, maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage, a few extra yards. It's kind of all over the place right there.
It was, you know, I like the fight that I see from Brentwood Academy. I mean, Christian Brothers defended that well, and you see not only the running back trying to find something, and you see his teammates coming in there to maybe get a late minute block or push or whatever. And I really like how the Eagles are playing tonight, their attitude and everything, and that's what it takes.
Going to bring up 3rd and 9. McIntyre will go under center. McIntyre fakes, drops back, looks, has time, makes a move. Can't catch him, throws off his foot, does a good job of throwing that one out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. Thought he was going to hit the bypass over there or whatever. But nobody's going to pick that one off.
NBA across town at MUS. NBA leads 21-0. I wonder if they got a charter discount. If BA and NBA said, hey, let's put together a charter bus discount.
Yeah.
I'm guessing no, but
guessing that did not happen.
So 38-0 NBA and BA over MUS and Christian Brothers right now.
3 schools with all boys and 1 co-ed.
Vaquero with a chip shot from 45. This kick is up. And it's good. With 6:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter, your new score, Brentwood Academy 20, Christian Brothers 0.
Remember, fans, you can watch all the Christian Brothers Varsity home games online at cbhs.org/live with play-by-play commentary by our announcer, Reed Ward. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors who make this possible. Back deep to the brothers are Slayton and Becker.
Vaquero set to kick off for the Eagles. Gets a hold of this one, puts that one 5 yards deep. So
Man,
Chris,
I don't know
Brentwood
what
Academy
happened there, but
just
anyway.
yeah, you know, you didn't get all of it. So Brentwood Academy is just kind of clicking right now, aren't they?
Well, in the last 2 drives, and while they weren't touchdowns, I mean, a field goal, they had a 59-yarder, which to end the half, which was amazing, and then come out on defense, get the stop, then go down, not score a touchdown, but still go down and get 3 more, and it's 20-0. And you know, you wonder how Christian Brothers is going to respond. I mean, they again coming off 37-7 last year at Brentwood, and obviously the first half was a lot closer last year than the second half. BA pulled away, and wouldn't be surprised to see it happen again this year.
Christian Brothers goes to the air. First pass incomplete. Portis is the man there. Buckholt saying, let's do anything but me run the ball to Shivers. There's any other. In fact, he may Omaha out of whatever play call there is, so they don't have to do that.
Speaking of which, Shivers just shifted again.
Felt like everything moved when you did that, didn't you? Bowman Jennings pointing out where the ball's going. And as soon as we said that, Buckholt said, I got it. Enough for a first down. Bo Donley, number 4, Wilkes Eaton on the tackle.
Well done by Christian Brothers there, and everybody's got their eye on number 1. And nice play call and execution by the brothers.
Christian Brothers looks as play number 7. They all look down at the wristbands. Kind of old school flag football, right? You know?
At least they're not running the sidelines.
That's true. They aren't running the sidelines. Carry by number 1, Ethan Johnson. Number 9, Roman Jennings, Shivers, and Arquez Fontenot on the tackle. We were talking about Dustin Green and Phil Husband earlier. They had played Southwind today, and they were able to just run up some buffalo wings up to us here at halftime. I didn't even tell them thank you, so they were having to sneak out the second half.
So nice.
Dustin, an airline pilot now of his own airline. Buckhold rolls out, looks, good job. Chase,
nice
and
job.
J.D. Ahern said nope.
Wow.
Wrangles him down, and a great job by number 51, J.D. Ahern, the center. You know, we talk about Ahern and Belleville on the line, kind of undersized. And we talked about those two dads earlier. Their two boys were just very aggressive. Look, just nonstop. Like, I mean, just athletic move there. Buckhold tries to get away, and Roman Jennings was able to help him as well.
Great determination, but I mentioned it earlier, BA's overall team speed is showing up in this game, and Christian Brothers not able to shake it. And the Eagles, you know, while they may have given up some yards last week against Brentwood High, still only gave up 2 field goals. I mean, they were so tough in the red area. So this defense is playing pretty well.
3rd and 11 for Christian Brothers. They're going to throw it out to Johnson. Joyner misses a tackle.
Oh my.
Somebody broke an ankle, and Johnson just getting rid of people, running over people. Great job by Ethan Johnson.
Well, he's the best player in purple tonight.
Yes.
I mean, there's no question.
Ethan Johnson with an outstanding run. That's what Coach Wade said he was all about, right?
Well,
just an athletic guy.
Yeah, of course, Johnson played linebacker last year and had a great game. And this year, he's at running back, and boy, they need him on offense. This offense would really struggle without him. And I guess it already is struggling.
Yep.
Even with him, they haven't scored yet. So.
Penalty against the Eagles. 1st and 5 now for Christian Brothers. First and 5, just about 3.5 left to go in the 3rd. Buckhold gives off the left side. Number 3, Ashton Duckett, the senior, takes it. So now they're starting to find something with the running game.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're bigger up front. That offensive line put a nice hole open there, and Christian Brothers using their advantage now. And that's the size up front, executing well last two or three plays, 2 out of 4, I guess.
Christian Brothers inside the Eagle 20 at the 19-yard line. Keep it on the ground to Duckett. In between the tackles, they're gashing.
I was going to say, VA kind of getting gashed now. I've been raving about their defense, and they have played well, but boy, they've given up some plays on this drive, and now Christian Brothers in the red zone. Let's see if VA can pull their magic that they did last week against Brentwood High here.
Buckhold running, trying to get away. Gavin Schaefer takes him down. Schaefer kind of holding his knee there. Hopefully he's okay. He gets up. Tough dude. Hey, Buckhold's a tough dude. We're kind of giving him a hard time with that guy. He is doing everything he can
really
for this
is.
offense.
Yep. You know, Scott, early returns, I mean, in the Memphis area between MUS, Christian Brothers, and Briarcrest, Christian Brothers may be the best of those 3 this year.
Really?
Based on my research.
You got a lot of people. You know a lot of people. I mean, you're kind of a man of Tennessee high school football, VolQuest.com. 2nd and goal, Christian Brothers. I'm going to give that one quickly, and that was easy. Number 0, Javon Slayton, touchdown, Christian Brothers, as they put together a great drive, most of it on the ground.
Yeah, fantastic drive by them. VA's going to have to go back to the drawing board. They got off to a great start. Christian Brothers made some plays.
So 1:43 left to go in the 3rd quarter. DeStefanos. I don't know how you say that. DeStefanos? Who knows? Let's go with Jonathan with the extra point.
Jonathan's.
Yep. With 1:43 left to go in the third quarter, your new score, Brentwood Academy 20, Christian Brothers 7.
School's effort to sustain and live out its mission of providing a transformative educational experience. Thanks again to Landers Auto Group, Lucas Construction, and the Lilly Company for being our pillar partners.
So Christian Brothers set to kick off for the Eagles, or Christian Brothers kick off for the Purple Wave. Brentwood Academy's offense has continued to roll. Had to punt once or twice. Getting a lot done in the air with McIntyre tonight and the receivers. Robinson's going to take this one across the 20. Falls forward to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Brentwood Academy at the 27-yard line. At halftime, back in Middle Tennessee, BGA 28, Nashville Christian 21. My understanding there was one punt in the first half. Talk about high-flying offenses. I think defense was just a
suggestion.
It was a suggestion, so for sure. McIntyre leads the Eagles out on offense. Smithson with Arquez Fontenot behind him. He's going to throw that one out to Bowman. Bowman trying to get loose. Goes forward. Maybe gains 5, maybe 6. Keyshawn Bowman is so sure-handed.
He is. And he's a deep threat. So, but it's the thing I'm watching here is the first time BA's had to try to answer a score tonight. So always important to take care of that. We're nearing the fourth quarter anyway.
Second and 4 for the Eagles, just under a minute to go in this third quarter. Starting to cool down out here outside Memphis. McIntyre looks, sheds off one guy. Pretty simple, great job. What a play.
Wow, what a play.
What a play by George McIntyre as he sheds the defender. And Keyshawn Bowman comes back on a bullet from McIntyre.
What a play. I mean, I thought he was going down that time. And McIntyre, again, we talked about one of his greatest traits really is pocket presence and able to avoid the big sack.
Another Jonathan's Grill first down into Christian Brothers territory at the 48-yard line. You can tell McIntyre the last couple weeks has kind of settled into this offense and starting to get a groove.
Boy, he looks totally different than week one. Last week and tonight just looks much more like he's comfortable and kind of playing where he feels like he's himself.
Gets that one out to Eli Ferguson. Just goes over his hands.
Haven't called his name much tonight.
No,
we
haven't.
Big week last week.
Had a great week last week. So that'll be that should, I think it ran out. It did. They're looking at the clock. They messed up there. So that'll be the final play of the third quarter. At the end of 3, your score, Brentwood Academy 20, Christian Brothers 7.
For more information about our player partner program, you can contact Mr. John Goody at 901-261-4945.
Pouring down rain here in Memphis. Had to get the ponchos out. 1st and 10, and McIntyre throws that one complete. What a play, Chris. I mean, just a great job of getting that pass out.
Thought it had no chance.
We're trying to keep the camera dry. Everything else, it is pouring. People are running for their lives here. That's kind of normal here, but running for their lives with the rain, just trying to get out, and they don't know what to do. They were doing it early in the warm-ups too, right? Everybody just took off running when it started raining.
It's a downpour, and I thought that pass had no chance. Nice job by McIntyre, and great catch.
1st and 10, Eagles, down to the 33-yard line. McIntyre looks over.
Pressure coming from the BA's right.
Fontenot takes that off the left to the right side, needs a block, cuts back. 25, oh, lost him 20, 15, inside the 10. And a great job by Arquez Fontenot as he takes that one in for a Eagles first down. So Brentwood Academy is just on a roll right now offensively as they keep rolling. And Chris, the rain had a little bit to do with that, right?
I think it did.
Sliding off Fontenot.
Let's give him some credit. I mean, he kept his head up, and the rest of the team, able to. It obviously didn't go exactly where it was supposed to go, or at least didn't end up there.
Right.
And the team kept looking for a way, and Fontenot found it, and with the help of his teammates, has it 1st and goal.
Going to keep it on the ground, give that one to Fontenot inside the 5.
Nice job there.
Looks like he was on top of a guy. I don't know if he was necessarily down.
I had that happen already once tonight.
I know.
But still, BA lines up and pushes, from the, 7.5 to down to the 4-yard line. And nice job of the offensive line. Nice hard run by Fontenot.
Going to bring up 2nd and goal inside the 5. Rain continues to come down. It came down so hard you can see it kind of puddling up there in the end zone.
It's doing bad things to your hair.
I know. I can't control this humidity here. I'm good with that. McIntyre will be under center. Wideouts to either side. Fontenot behind him. He'll give it to Fontenot. Nope, he'll wait. He'll stop. Uh-oh. It's a foot race right here. Nope, he's going to stop. Look, McIntyre's trying to figure out what to do. Push out of bounds. And a good job by Dockery as he kind of stayed in front of him. Number 27, John Rex Dockery, the junior, able to contain McIntyre. George, look, he was just kind of setting up. He's smart. He's backed it up, so he gave him a little more room to throw it here.
Well, and if it was the NFL or even possibly college, he could have unloaded it out of bounds because he's outside the pocket, but there were no receivers over there anywhere. And I think on Friday night that's going to be a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
So he just thought, I'm just going to eat this one, and that's not a bad thing. We're up 20-7 in the 4th quarter, and sometimes you got to make hard decisions.
3rd and goal. McIntyre looks, throws it out to the corner, just incomplete. Bring up 4th and goal. This is something we talked about earlier with Coach Wade. He likes the points. He wants to score touchdowns instead of field goals. Obviously, he's got 2 gifted kickers that seem to be automatic, but they're getting down here a lot the last few weeks and kind of having to settle for field goals.
Well, I think, it's always tough in the red zone when you're struggling to run the football, and that's exactly where BA is right now.
Vaquero in to kick for the Eagles in the rain. Mason Murphy is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. And it's good with 9:15 left to go in the 4th quarter. Your new score, Brentwood Academy 23, Christian Brothers 7.
Back deep to the turn for the brothers. Number 0, Slate. And number 3, Duckett.
Verona set to kick off for the Eagles. In the rain.
Well, it barely got in
Well,
there
it barely
now.
did. He got in there. Scores of interest. Frederick Douglas over Raleigh, Egypt, 34-22.
That was last night.
Last night, of course. Did you go to that
A lot of
game?
people, no, but a lot of people are interested in that one.
Okay, I know that's we try to keep it with the games
Relevant,
that are
right?
high interest for sure. Lipscomb Academy 28, Briarcrest 14 at the half. Eagles lead 23-7. First and 10 Christian Brothers backed up at their 20.
Ball
Low
maybe getting a
snap.
little slick, Scott.
Saputi, the first guy there, along with number 1, Bo Donnelly. It's getting a little tougher and tougher. Cannon County 27, Cheatham County 8, and Harpeth trails Loretto 14-0 at the half. These are obviously scores that people want to hear about. Yeah. My goodness, FRA's beating Knox Webb 42-7 at halftime.
Wow. See what FRA's got it going.
They do.
With a good coach, and BGA, another team and down in that division to watch out for.
The BGA's up 28-21 at half. I think they've scored 130 points in their first 2 games.
I think that's good.
I think they would take that. You can't do that with Christian Okoye and Tecmo Bowl. Christian Brothers in a hurry, 3rd and 8. Shivers can't get down. His legs hurting him. You can see right here.
Looks like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
Is he cramping?
I don't know.
I think he may be cramping, Scott.
In yoga.
We avoided cramps last week, but it's a big problem against CPA.
Boy, training hard in
Well,
third,
he got all
third
the
and
way
long.
out there. Boy, that's disappointing.
What a great run by Ethan Johnson, the senior. Strong, athletic, good speed. And Shivers is down.
Yeah,
so they'll come take a look at him. So we'll take a break here while they take a look at Stefan Shivers. While they take care of Stefan Shivers with cramps, you can see the Brentwood Academy Athletics app with schedule, scores, and more. Make sure you download that today. Just scan on that QR code. If you don't know how to do that, then you're in a Progressive commercial. Have somebody help you. Get your camera out, scan on that, download it. You'll be able to keep up with all the schedules and scores that are going on. It's great. Last night we were able to broadcast for the first time ever. The middle school over here played MBA and won 21-6. And then the 6th grade followed up in a doubleheader, played Oak Hill. Brentwood Academy was up 25-0, beat Oak Hill 25-6. Just a bunch of young guys. Coach Chad Legate in the middle school and Lyle Husband in the 6th grade have done an outstanding job with both those young programs.
It's really encouraging to see the 6th grade and middle school have some success.
It was a great crowd. The NBA, BA middle school game, as always. A lot of people on there, but through generous donors, we were able to literally broadcast. Had a ESPN legend, Bill Cotis, join us in the booth for a quarter. Coach Legate, Marshall Gray, Lyle Husband, Brian Smith. I mean, it was like a Manning cast, right? You were just bringing in celebs left and right. So it was fun. Christian Brothers throws that one out. It's going to be incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 5. Easton Joyner. I'm sorry. Yeah, Easton Joyner was right there on the coverage. Plenty of seats here available in Memphis. A good little Brentwood Academy trivia for you. Memphis basketball coach Anthony Hardaway, class of 1990, faced off against Belmont head basketball coach, Brentwood Academy alum Casey Alexander in 1990. I'll tell you what happened in that matchup between Casey Alexander at 5'11" in shoes, and then Anthony Hardaway, 6'9". From Memphis Treadwell and Brentwood Academy faced off in the quarterfinals back in 1990 in basketball, which was a great matchup. I know both those coaches are actually watching tonight.
Murfreesboro, right?
In Murfreesboro, in the Glass House. Ricky Bowers was the coach. Coach Casey Alexander, who's had a great career at Belmont and Lipscomb and Stetson and everywhere. Led with David Knox, Al Allen, Michael Finucane, Carlos Joyner. Memphis Treadwell came in with Anthony Hardaway, the number one guy in the state, number one team in the state. And the Eagles were victorious, I think, by 3. David Knox can give you the last 2 minutes play-by-play. But Casey Alexander, obviously great then, has had a great career. And I think Casey lets Anthony know he never won it in high school. Boy, great pass by Buckhold. Gets that one to Javon Slayton down the field. Of course, that was a great play, rolling left in the rain.
I thought it had very little chance for success. Bad snap start and rolling to the left, and darn if Slayton didn't find the spot over there to get open. You see it here, and nice job of being patient, finding him, and getting it to him. Big play by the brothers.
The 1st and 10 Christian Brothers in Eagle territory at the 38-yard line. High snap. He is a load. If you're watching him, Ethan Johnson, he's a guy to keep an eye on. Looks like he's injured. Hopefully he's okay. Number 12, Grant Groves, checked into the game for Christian Brothers at quarterback.
Boy, Ethan Johnson, a really hard runner. I mean, he's fast and all that stuff, but man, he is tough. BA, it typically takes multiple guys to get him to the ground.
Buckhold back into the game. Christian Brothers offense has made some changes here the second half and has found a way to move the ball.
They've executed much better the second half. You wonder if so early in the season, having last week off may have hurt them just a little bit.
Roman Jennings, one of the first guys there on the tackle, along with number 10, Luke Robinson, and Wilkes Eaton. Five and a half minutes left to go in the game. Eagles up by 16, and
nice
Gavin
play.
Schaefer
with a big play.
I don't want to, but it's like A.J. Barbat all over again, right? When you need a big play, Gavin Schaefer's been there.
Yeah, it feels very similar calling these games to those two. Good comparison there.
You see Schaefer just read the play. Blocker totally misses him.
Just totally missed.
Makes a heck of a play.
Big play there. See if BA can stop him 2 more times here. Clock under 5 minutes.
Buckholt rolls left. Got a man.
Boy, that was
complete.
a throw.
What a throw. What a catch. Touchdown, Christian Brothers. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the game. Marches them down the field. And the pass to Javon Slayton is complete.
Well, give Christian Brothers all the credit. Pending the extra point, if they make it, they've outscored BA 14-3 here. These last 3 drives with BA to get the ball back, hopefully. But they're playing much better, executing at a much higher level. And are they going for 2?
Yep, have to. They were down 16. The book says if I'm down 10 with under 5, I go for 2.
I need to borrow the book.
You do. There is a book. I saw it last week. A lot of pressure on those coaches to have the book. They're going to go with the reverse. They're going to go. Is he going to throw it? I thought he was, and he did. Oh, my goodness.
Well, he couldn't have been more open.
Wide open, just incomplete in the rain.
A little pressure there late caused that incompletion.
Little Philadelphia Eagles 2-point conversion. So you'll see it again here. Just set up perfect. Buckholt went out there. Nobody has any clue.
Well, a little pressure there late.
It did.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was.
It did.
Caused the incompletion.
So, Chris, Brentwood Academy defense, as well as they played the first half, the second half, give credit more to the Christian Brothers offense.
Yeah, you feel like you should, but,
yeah,
you shut them out in the first half, giving them 13 points here, and I believe maybe all in the fourth quarter. But, BA answered the last touchdown with a field goal, and then Christian Brothers takes the ball back down the field and gets 6 more. Let's see what the Eagles have here. I mean, now you get the age-old debate. First of all, we'll see if the brothers try an onside kick or kick away. But then assuming BA gets the ball, we worried more about the clock, or we worried more about trying to get some more points. You got a 10-point lead. And you'd think the clock might be a little more important, but Christian Brothers has a little more momentum right now.
Christian Brothers down 10. You wonder, do they try to onside kick it?
I think they are.
Yep, they will. Good job by Roman Jennings taking that and falling on it. So Brentwood Academy's offense with great field position with the rain. I'm not trying to call you a offensive coordinator here. What are you guessing the Eagles are going to do here?
Well, again, if you could run the ball, it's a no-brainer. But BA struggles to run the ball. So, maybe you come out here and try to run the ball and see if you can get a first down that way. At some point, though, if it's third and more than 4 or 5, you're going to probably have to go back to the air and risk an incompletion. Now, there are some safe pass calls that kind of are like runs, and so you may see some of that.
Number 72, Andrew Hill checks in at right tackle. Number 58, Jake Atkins in at right tackle. That pass incomplete to Fontenot. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, that's one where if it was not raining, you wonder if he can haul that one in. But George McIntyre had to kind of double pump it. But, that stops the clock. I mean, you felt like that's the safe one and kind of like an alternative run play. But he drops it, and the clock is stopped.
Number 44, Braden Marks, also in for the Eagles. The Academy's going to keep this one on the ground. He's got 2 hands on the ball, and Fontenot is running enough for a Jonathan's Grill first down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, finding some success now on the ground.
Boy, that's really a big play there. 2nd and 10, and Fontenot with a big gain. Credit to the offensive line. Another Jonathan's Grill first down, and that's huge. All the way down to the 34, 17-yard gain. And if you're Coach Wade, that's exactly what you're hoping to happen.
First and 10 Eagles. McIntyre and shotgun. Let's get on it.
Had a couple of those tonight, unfortunately. Not sure what's happened. That's been about 3.
Yep.
Something they'll need to take a close look at.
Well, things that, we've talked about tonight, they have cleaned up the penalties. So those were detrimental a lot of times in the first couple of games. But as Coach Wade said earlier, he's like, we're not anywhere close to where we want to be. Right. And so that's encouraging, right, in a little bit. And coaches always, I don't know what coach, whether we were talking about Casey Alexander or guys like Ken Austin at Auburn, who played at Brentwood Academy, Mike McIntyre, longtime head coach, none of them want to be playing their best football the third game of the year, right? They want to clean it up, be great. Coach Alexander in basketball, he's not going to want to say we want to play our best third game of the year, but you do want to have some of those little mistakes getting better.
Right.
McIntyre that gets that one out to Clifton across the 45-40, slips and falls back to about the original line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 3rd and 11.
And he stayed in bounds.
He did stay in bounds. I'll tell you, Clifton, we saw it in the scrimmages. We saw it with the kickoff return against CPA. He's right now committed to MTSU. His older brother, Nate, fight on, playing at USC, was a good player at Vanderbilt, finishing his last year with the Trojan out on the West Coast.
Had fun last Sunday night.
He did. He did. That was a good game. So 3rd and long at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw the screen inside to Clifton. They've got him at the 30, 25, pushes forward inside the 20. And here's the thing. In the rain, he's really hard to bring down.
Well, the big thing there is just focusing, concentrating on catching the football. I mean, the ball's wet, and, what's an easy catch normally all of a sudden is a little more challenging. And we see the great players in the NFL do it easily, but as you go down, to the younger players, it gets more difficult. And Clifton was sure hands there, and great job by the offensive line, and huge third down conversion. Great play call.
Yep. Another Johnson's Grill first down for the Eagles as they're inside the 20-yard line at the 18-yard line. McIntyre looks over, sees if he needs to change the play call, looks at the play clock, gets it off just in time, gives that one to Fontenot off the left side. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Starting to wonder if Christian Brothers going to use a timeout, or what are they going to do? Not yet.
I don't know how many they have, but
Yeah.
you can't take them with you for next game. I
think they're.
You'd have to start thinking about taking them. You're down 10 points. And BA's not going to go up there and go quick. So I don't know. I'm not a coach.
Say this. It's 8:50. At 8:50, the first game of the year, we were just coming out of half.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll get home before 12 this kind of time.
Exciting.
McIntyre looks over, watches the play clock cut down under 5. Takes a snap, throws that one out to Eli Ferguson.
There it is. Boy, it could be a
that might
fumble.
Man.
Thank goodness. That was close.
That was close. Ferguson's had a few go through his hands tonight. Obviously, it's wet, but a few of them slid right through.
Boy, that was – I was glad to see the side judge waving incomplete there because I was pretty nervous on that one. That's the kind of play that can all of a sudden flip a 10-point game into 3.
That's what we talked about earlier. You don't want to drive, and then have to attempt another field goal, though you've got automatic thing 1 and automatic thing 2 as your kickers. And Brentwood Academy is going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them here for a second. Leading by 10, under a minute to go. The Brentwood Academy, after the timeout, comes to line up. It'll be interesting to see what happens. You and I had some suggestions, but they didn't ask us what to do, so we'll see as the Eagles will have it 3rd and 8, 53 seconds to go, leading by 10.
The Shivers are rocking back there before the snap.
False start against the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't ask us, Scott. We're both undefeated.
I know. We've got a good view with the headset on. For some reason, we can't get on the right channel that they're on.
We don't have any wins, but we don't have any losses either.
That's true. That's true. We have opinions. Coaches love those. After the penalty, 3rd and 13. Now they'll go under center. Give that one to Fontenot up the middle. Exactly what we said. Could have been a first down without the penalty there, but it's going to bring up 4th down. My opinion is you go for it. Why try to give up a blocked kick or a bad snap in the rain? We'll see if – got a feeling Coach Wade's going to let this clock click down as much as possible.
Much as Christian Brothers will let him.
Yep.
If they're not going to call timeout, I'd take the 5-yard penalty and go for it. I mean, what's the point?
So we'll see here. Yep. So Coach Wade is waiting to call timeout.
Or call timeout.
I think that's what they're going to do. We'll wait with them. Let you catch your breath there for a second.
There it is.
I think it's going to run down. They didn't have to call timeout. Nope, there it is. Yep, they got the delay game. 3 seconds left to go in the game. Well, Chris, real quick, a good win. Whenever you got to leave at 11:30 from school, go to Jackson and eat at Cracker Barrel or Bonanza, get out, stretch a little bit, go to Memphis. That's a long trip. I mean, we talk about that for all these guys. I mean, NBA did the same thing tonight. Briarcrest came over here to play Lipscomb. It's tough anywhere to go on the road, but especially a 3-hour trip there.
It really is.
Now a 3-hour trip home.
Yep, it's no bueno.
Oh, going in Spanish.
Bringing it.
McIntyre will take this one. Next week, the Eagles will be back home. They'll face off against Father Ryan. George is going to give that one to Fontenot. That should be it. And they'll shake hands. So a hard-fought game, a good game, lots of things to take away from this. But overall, Chris, a good win for the Eagles.
The best thing to take away from it is it's a win. You're 2-1. Last year you were 1-2. You got Father Ryan coming up next week at home, and goodness knows you want that one bad after what happened last year.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a battle. So it's a final in Memphis. Brentwood Academy 23, Christian Brothers 13. Good night, everybody.